All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another weekly streams. Before I resume this weekly stream today, you all know that I was doing a challenge, a proper challenge, and the last update I posted on the challenge was how I passed stage one and how I get funded. Now, I did not do the next video because I've not been for a while, some technical issues, and throughout that whole week of trading, I did not really record how the week went, so I was not able to give you guys the detailed recording of how the week went. But the challenge is done, and here we go again. So I'm about to break down the week, or I've broken down all the pairs I have for this week, and I have picked my top pairs for this week, which I am looking at. If I should just get one clean trade, the one to trade, which is very good for me to pass the two new props I just got. So I got some props I can make. So let us get on to it. So for the very first player which I have is card JPY. Card JPY, you can see on the weekly we have shifted towards bearish market was creating higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. Big shifts, lower low, and then last week we had a retracement back to the neckline of the double top. Now on the lower time frame, you can see that the market is clearly bearish, lower low, lower high. So this is the lower low, higher high. We shifted structure around this area, which we shifted bearish, and now we're below area of interest. And whenever we reject to the upside, to the downside, and we are there, and we close with a daily doji. You can see it's a daily doji rejected from the area of interest. So I'm looking to sell this market next week. And if I'm able to get these sales, I'll be aiming for the daily structure point, which is my first take profit is going to be at the daily structure points here. And if I can squeeze up to 123 here and I see market having much momentum, I might hold it up to this next daily structure point, which is over here, which is giving me 1 to 5 which to reward ratio of trade. So let's go down to the 4 hour. So the daily is also bearish. The 4 hour, however, is bullish because the 4 hour will shift the structure in this area. So what I don't need for market to do to enter this market now is you can see now we have a minor 4 hour support zone over here. And I need market to give me a break, retest, and engulfing. Now, break and retest will be forming my what? Left head and potential right shoulder that market will be forming as the paddle joint left head. So by the time I get this price action here and a break and retest below here, we'll be completing my 4 hour chart pattern, which is what I need. I always need a 4 hour chart pattern to change the structure or change the character, whichever long we want to say. I always need it on the 4 hour or the daily in order to confirm that yes, it's time to enter that trade, as you can see. So patience is what I'm going to have on Monday or next week. Be able to catch this trade. It's my number one pair because of how clean and how aligned everything is. I can see the EME is coming to this area. So by the time we're having that shift, the EME is going to be above holding price bearish. So that is for the first pair of the week. Now you can see that I have about 3 GPY pairs are all looking for the Philippines. Now the thing is that whichever one comes out cleaner to me and for more ready is the one I'll take. But all of them is the same risk reward ratio I'm looking for, the same 1 to 3, which all of them are giving me the same thing. It's just that card JPY look cleanest among all of them. Now, Euro JPY, and break it down. Same pattern you saw on card JPY, same shift of structure on the weekly time frame, same rejection from the area of interest. On the daily time frame, also same thing. You can see where bearish here, shifted bearish, rejected to this area, and then we go now this area has a more respected daily zone than CAD JPY. You can see it's more respected than CAD JPY, and we have the break retest, go back to the area of interest. Now on the 4 hour is where it gets tricky. On the 4 hour we shifted bullish, but I don't like the way this bullish momentum is. I would have loved this market close above here, so that I'll just have the break and retest. So now I'm still going to wait for market to get into this area more properly. Then we have that break retest to shift the structure bearish, the same head and shoulder pattern I'm looking for also. And then I'm looking to sell it towards the daily. You can see guys, I'm looking to sell it towards the daily structure point, which is this area here, or a 1 to 3. Now, if I'm able to get past this structure point, I'll aim for the next daily structure point, which is basically around here. That is this area here. So this is my TP1 and this is going to be my potential TP2 on this trade if I'm able to get it. Next pair, we have USD JPY. Also the same thing I'm looking for on USD JPY. Let's go to the weekly. And the weekly, you can see that we have a weekly head and shoulder pattern, which I like. Now we have this weekly left head, right shoulder, break, retest to the neckline and the head and shoulder pattern. And the neckline is where our area of interest can sit. Markets reject from here to sell. So we have at least 3 rejections from all these areas, which makes it, but as I said, the strong area of interest is an area that has at least 3 rejections on the weekly or daily time frame, which you can see, guys, we already have that. Now, this market is clearly bearish. This is the lower high, this is the lower low. We did not shift below here or above here, so we are still bearish, and we are the area of interest now. So, same thing candle I did. We have this daily doji at the area of interest. So I can see market having a daily engulfing and then just continuation to the downside. On the 4 hour candlestick here, you can see that what market is actively bullish. Now this 4 hour looks cleaner than Euro JPY because we already have the head, the potential head. So now what we just need in this market is to create the right shoulder because this with the left, the head. Now we just need the right shoulder to fall, then the break and retest below to sell this market to the downside. That's the floor we need for this market. All of them EMA are pushing to hold price bearish, and as usual, I aim for what the daily support zone, which is here. The next daily area of interest, that is the you can see a 1 to 3. If I prepare the trade, put the daily time frame, that's it. Now this is the first daily area of interest, and this is the second daily area of interest. If I'm able to get it all the way here, I will be able to hold it maybe for 1 to 4, which is this next one over here. So these 3 trades are basically my top favorite pairs. So I'm going to be very patient and allow them to play out to perfection so that I can catch a very, very good 1 or 2 good trades this week. Because I'm not looking to trade more than 2 trades this week. Just 1 or 2 good trades is all I need for this week and I'm done. Because 1 or 2 good trades should pass me each phase for the 2 accounts I just got now. GBP CHF, I told you guys I want to sell CHF first for a long while now because of where it is historically. It has been the place I've not been before. So I don't expect it to just keep selling. Now you can see that we had what a double top break. So now this is like a counter trend. So we need that pullback to this neckline. So I'm looking to buy. So the weekly is actually bearish. But the daily is where I'm going to base off my buy from now. The daily, once I can get a break and test above here to confirm that the daily has shifted bullish, then I'll be interested. The EMA is going to be coming down, and I'm looking to use EMA as the additional confluence to buy. As you can see, whenever we come to this area, what do? We react and we buy. Same thing here. We are reacting to buy from this area. So I'm going to watch patiently. Now I'm interested in these 3 pairs more, but this is another pair. So this is a higher risk pair. Yeah, it's a higher risk trade pair, but it's also a very clean pair. It's among the pairs I have for the week. Now, the 4 hour is still the same thing. I'm basically going to wait for the daily, just because of where this pair is and the kind of move it has been doing. I'm going to wait for the daily, just the daily on this pair, daily break, daily retest on this pair. Now, on this other pairs, we already have the daily break and retest. So let's go to the next pair, which is USD card. Now, USD card, we are looking to buy. Now, let me show you guys why. Now, on USD card, the weekly is actually bullish. You might not see it, whether it's the line chart, you see it clearly. Now, see, we're obviously very selling off from this area, but here is where we shifted bullish. On this area here is where we shifted bullish. So this is where we shifted bullish on this area here, over here. And then you can see we have this brick above area of interest. So now what are we waiting for? The retest to buy. That's for the weekly. The daily, which looks clean now. Now the daily, we are obviously still bearish on this market. We cannot close above here. So I need the daily to shift bullish. Because this is the lower low high. And we are still technically bearish on the trade. This is the high, this is the low for the daily. So the daily is still technically bearish. So I might actually just wait out this trade because of what I'm seeing, because this might just be a reaction to actually sell. The 4 hour, not really here. So now that I'm looking at the trade set, it's not even looking like something I want to be involved in again. But I'm still going to keep you guys updated. So it's just among the top pairs. Eurocard, the next pair. Well, I'm looking to sell this pair for a long while now. Why? Because you can see we have weekly head and shoulder pattern, a lot of reaction from this particular area to show how strong it is. And we had these 2 weeks rejection and then 1 full week of engulfing to the downside, closing below these previous areas. So I think this market is going to continue selling up this particular week. on the daily time frame. Now you can see markets formed what a left head potential right shoulder from here. Now this area, if you're asking what it is, I'll say this is the 4 hour area of interest. Now this 4 hour area of interest is where market has been rejecting. You can see it's contact rejection from this area, and the EMA is actually coming here now. And see we have 3 days of market rejection and then an engulfing. So we finally had the daily break and retest below this area here. So now we're going down to the 4 hour, which is where we're looking to enter this market. Now on the 4 hour, you can obviously see that the market is bearish, bullish, sorry. We have this lower low, lower high, lower low, and then we shifted market bullish, higher high. Now all I just need for this market to do is to close below this area here to have the feedback bearish and then the retest to sell off. But just because of how tight the trade looks and where my next zone is for take profits and the 1.3 what I really want to move to 3 just because of the goal I have for this week. The 1 is what I usually go for, but 1 to 3 I like it better because of the goal I have for this week. So that just basically it. I'm going to wait for a break and there's below this particular area here, or if markets can have a pull in shift of structure within here, then we'll base ourselves off of here. But for now, it's down here just because I don't like how it looks. It's not as clean as I want it to be. Then the last pair we have here is AUD card. AUD card, I was looking to sell it last week. Sorry, buy it last week. We're waiting for the break and retest above here, which we did not. We are actually breaking above it now. On the daily time frame, what do we have here? You can see the market is following like a channel. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. A new higher high above area of interest. So I'm waiting for the higher low to continue. The upside, the 4 hour, same thing. So we don't need the market to have a much larger break from here and then a retest to continue buying. You can see the EMA has been holding price bullish all this while, and we are the area of interest. So I just going to this play out and allow you to have a more clearer move. I want the move because it looks kind of choppy from here, so I want the move to be more clearer. That is by allowing you to have a much larger break and then a retest to buy. So those are basically the pairs I have for the week. The remaining of the pairs for the week, the remaining pairs are here. They are not looking that clean. So these are my 4 pairs for this week. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 pairs for this week. We have out of that 7, the top 3 are different pairs, which all the same direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 3, and it's very continuous. The remaining pair, I have 1 counter trend, 1 pair I'm not talking about, and 2 will sell 2 other pairs that are looking actually quite good. If you guys like this analysis, don't forget to click the like and subscribe button. If you want to join my Telegram channel, in which I post updates every single week, as you can see here. This is Telegram channel. I post every trade I take every single week. The reason for the trade, when to take the trade, when to get out of the trade, and additional information. You can simply join here. And once you join, if you want to be involved on the WhatsApp channel, you can also join it because I'm not active yet. So if you want to get access to this Telegram channel, all you have to do is go to the description in this video, or you can go to my bio on YouTube and then